Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. This is Hamood Alazri from Ibra College of Technology. Our session is the third session in Microsoft Excel functions. So we have covered text string, which is contain more than 10 functions, lookup and reference. So last session was about choose lookup and reference functions, about choose function, hyperlink function, lookup function, and transpose functions. In this session, we are going to cover date and time functions. The first function is date_diff, which is used for to get difference in year or month or day or days in a year wise, but it ignores the year itself. So we have like here, the first date is 1/1/2020, and the second date is 1/2/2020. So the difference in year, like for example, if we want difference in year, we have to write it like this: date_diff A3 and B3. So if we choose Y here, it means the date or the difference will be in the year itself. So only in the year. So the difference here in year. If you want the difference in month, so we have to write M instead of Y capital. So M capital will give the difference in month, and the days difference here, which is ignore the year actually, but it gives all the days from the start date to end date, means 365 days plus. So A3 and B3 difference or date diff, and I'll choose D as a difference here, day. If we need a days with ignoring the year, days with ignoring the years, we have to write Y capital and D, Y capital and D. So it will ignore the year. 1 year means minus 365 plus that date, means here we have 1 year and 1 month. So it will going to ignore 1 year, and it will give you the days only, 31 days. Another function is day, month, year, hour, minute, seconds. So I give them in one example here, or 1 year or 1 date, which is like for example 26/4/2020. If I give this day, or if I write now, which means it will give the date and hours, minutes, and seconds. This is one way. So today is 26/4/2020. It will give, if I need day, so I have to write day plus this year in between the bracket. It will give you 26. So the day is 26. The month here is 4 April, and the year is 2020. You have to write year and open the bracket and put the date. Then the hours, like for example now is 2 o'clock 42 p.m. So the output will be hours 14. 14 means 2 o'clock or 2 p.m. Minutes is 42. So it will be, we have to write it like this minute, and between the bracket we have to write the serial number or the date. And the seconds also we have to write it equal second and serial number, which is means here the date. I give this as a function, so this function equal now will give you the current date. If I change this to a date, like for example 27 for tomorrow, and the month is 4, and the year 2020, and hour like 12, 5 minutes 30 seconds. So PM. So I give this date, and now it will give the day is 27, the month is 4, the year 2020, 12 is hour, minutes is 5, 30 is second. Okay, and the function which is used here is equal day, in between the bracket the date, and month in between the bracket date, and year in between the bracket year, and hour in between the bracket the date, minute in between the bracket the date, and second in between the bracket is second. The next function is now. Now will give you the current date and time. So if I give as example whatever you saw before, the previous example, now, open the bracket and close the bracket, now function, it will give you the current time and date. Today is giving the current date only, without the hours and minutes. So this is the output. If I write today, open bracket, close the bracket, days, it will give you difference between two dates in days format. Like we have 1/1/2020 and 1/1/2020. For example, this will give you, like for example, the end date (8/6) and the start date 1/6. Okay, so the difference is 7 days between this date and this date. So we have to write it like this: equal days, open the bracket in between this columns, like we have to write the date, first date, end date, and then will comma and start date. Okay, and this function is days 360, difference between two dates in days format 360. So I have, like for example, I have this date again and this date, A23 and B23. So days, we have to write it like this: equal days 360, open the bracket, and the start date and end date. So the start date is 8/23, this one, which is smaller, and the second date is this one, which is end date, B23 here. So the difference is 30 days exactly. And weekday, return the day of the week in numbers. Like we have, it depends actually on the date here, which is with the format which is given in your computer. So in my computer, Sunday start from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and Saturday. So Sunday will be the first, Monday second, third, Tuesday, Wednesday fourth, Thursday 5, Friday 6, and Saturday is 7. So the weekday of 15/4/2020, which is the weekday, then serial number will give you will give me the 4, which is Wednesday. If I give today date, like for example 26/4/2020, means it gives 1. So 1 means Sunday. This date is Sunday. So weekday, open the bracket, 26/4/2020. So this is the weekday. You have to compare it by this list. Week num. Week num means the week number on whole the year. Like I have this date 1/1/2020, which is in week 1, and this date is actually start from 1/1/2020 up to 7/1/2020, and the next week or the second week will start from 8 up to 14, and this 15 up to 21, then 22, week 4 up to 28, and so on. As you saw here, this is the list of weeks in whole the year: week number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, up to week 53. Week 53. So 30/12/2020 means it is on 53 or week. Okay, so I will give any date here. Week number 1/1/2020, it will give 1 because 1 is just the first, and if I write 7 here, means week 2, 8, week 2, 14, week 3, okay, and so on. If I give like any day and month, like 14/12, it will be in week 51. So this is retain the week number for the date week num, and just give the serial number or the date. Okay, we'll go to the next work day. We'll give this date, like for example work day, and how many days, like 4,000 or 34,000, 43,937. So this is the output of workday between this and this. So if we change this to 0, it will be 43936. If we make it 10, for example, it will be 43950. So this is work days. And year fraction. This function is return the number of days between two dates as a year fraction. Return number of days between two dates as a year fraction. So we have two dates. It will give you the year. In between this and this, there is around 2 years plus 1 day. So this is 2 years plus. So we have to write it like this: equal year frac B 95 and C 95. B 95 and C 95. The start date is this 14/4/2020 and the end date is 15/4/2020. So it is 2. If I make this, if I change this to 14, so it is exactly 2. And also this, I have year fraction between 10/10/2020 and 10/11/2020, which is means 1 month. 1 month is equal like this. If I make it a whole year, 1 year, so it is 1. So this is the date and time function. We covered date diff, day, month, year, hour, minutes, seconds. We covered now function, today function, days function, days 360 function, weekdays, week num, and work days, year fraction. This is Hamood Alazri. Thank you very much, and see you on math and trigger function. Thank you very much.